All right, what's going on? Let me see. Is my mic working? Yeah, it's working. Okay, so sorry, I just realized I have a mute button on my headset. So sometimes when I would be like starting the stream or in an intermission or on a be right back, I would still have my headset on and you can totally hear everything that was going on while I was away in the bathroom or eating or drinking. It was just really gross. So just wanted to make sure I unmuted myself before I started this so that, I wouldn't be talking on mute the whole time. So let's just get into it. So what happened with the app, I don't think I didn't live stream the app that I was building for my job because it does contain some proprietary information. But I finished it, packaged it, built a pitch deck for it. And basically to just recap what it was or what the need for it was. I was in a department, I work in fraud analytics, and I was in a department that reviews different transactions for fraud, like balance transfers. If you request a new credit card, a copy of another credit card, or anything like that, we review that. We also, towards the end, we're reviewing like new credit card applications. So, in that role, there is an expectation that you have to do a certain amount of alerts or you have to review a certain amount of accounts um, per hour. It's called DPH, decisions per hour. And, you know, it was usually around six, but it changed a lot. Me personally, I could do way more than six. Like it would maybe take me a minute to do six. That's probably overstating my skills, but I was very fast. At certain points in my position in that department, I was doing like 20 to 30 accounts an hour, not making any mistakes, doing the right thing. So it became an issue when there were other people on the team who couldn't keep up with that. There were some people on the floor who, yeah, were hovering around like 20, some getting a little bit higher than 20, some in the high teens. And there were some people in the department who could barely do like three an hour, four an hour, five an hour, month over month, just like constantly showing up in the red on the scoreboard. And the way it's supposed to go is if you're in the red so many times, you get let go. I didn't really see that happen, but I just wanted to alleviate some of the stress it was causing associates because it felt like associates were kind of um, not fighting with each other, but just like competing with each other, or like there were maybe some sour feelings towards each other because they weren't they weren't where they thought they should have been on the scoreboard because there were a lot of or a few overachievers in the department like myself who would do much more. And I understand, like I'm overachieving just because I want to get ahead and I like to show that, I'm working and working efficiently and, going above and beyond. But I definitely, from their perspective, understood that it could create some ill feelings about inadequacy or just, why are you making things harder for everyone else, that type of thing. So, what I wanted to do is because I knew myself, I was a trainer in the department. I was also promoted to officer, which basically means you're like a subject matter expert. I wanted to just prove to them that they could all do it. They could all do what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything different. I'm not doing anything special. It's just we've been doing the job for 10 years. And part of the type of person that I am is every day I just try to make sure I'm doing something better than I did it the day before. And over the course of 10 years, you learn certain things and certain shortcuts and certain tricks and certain screen setups and certain workflows that will help you work more efficiently and faster. So what I did is it started as a manual, not a manual, like a flow chart that I made on like Microsoft Word that would show you like, hey, if you get this, do this. If you run into this, do that. And I used that to train my last OJT class that we had just hired at the time, I believe like 2 years ago. And it worked. Like they came out the gate hitting their numbers, it was my proof of concept, if you will. So once I realized that, people kept coming to me and saying, "Hey, I lost that printout that you gave me." I kept having to print it out, print it out, print it out. And I was like, I'm wasting so much paper doing this. Why don't I just make it digital? At the time, I wasn't familiar with Swift or SwiftUI. I had never touched Xcode, never tried to build an app before in my life, so it just seemed a little daunting at the time. And I was personally going through some things, so I kind of just put it on the back burner. But I always knew that I eventually wanted to like digitize my flowchart, so that it would be more available to everybody. And I could, as our fraud policies and procedures changed, as they often do, um, I would be able to just update it in real time, and I wouldn't have to reprint out flowcharts for the entire team. It just made sense, from an economical standpoint and just from like ease of access. So what ended up happening is once I realized that the flowchart was working, and once I realized I wanted to build an app, I came back. It was around early February or March, actually. No, March of this year. Our department was running really low on work. Everyone was getting really nervous that our department was probably going to go away. Um, but I still wanted to like see it through. And because we were sitting there, like not really doing anything, I, the person with my neurodivergence, I have ADHD really bad. It's not the like hyperactivity thing, but I just can't sit and do nothing. I have to be stimulating my brain with something. So I was sitting at my computer learning how to code, and I watched a tutorial and I saw someone using Xcode, and I saw like the little simulator of the iPhone that it shows you. And I was like, something just clicked. Like for the longest time, I don't really have a strong coding background. Like I went to college for it for like a semester. And I remember being really good at it. Like I was on honor society, like the whole thing. My programming teacher nicknamed me Dark Fuckerberg because he said, "You're like, you would think that you have like prior education the way you're like picking this up really quickly, like Mark Zuckerberg." And I just thought that was funny. He was really nice. But anyway, I don't really have too much formal training. When I'm bored, sometimes I'll like watch a tutorial here and there just to like poke around. Mainly it was in JavaScript because I thought that was the route that I wanted to go. But I watched someone build an iPhone app, and I saw the little simulator, and I was like, holy shit, like this just makes sense. Like I always knew how to like do things in a compiler, but I never knew how to link like tangible, well, not tangible, but like physical objects or like shapes or buttons or anything to, I never knew how to create a UI and link it to my code so that when I hit a button, it would trigger something in my code. That was the missing piece that I never really picked up on. So seeing that, I was like, oh my God, this looks like, I'm a visual learner. So I was like, this looks like something I can pick up. So I, of course, hyperfixated and watched a ton of tutorials. And I was like, okay, so that's how you do this. That's how you add a button. That's how you do page navigation. And eventually I felt confident enough to like, let's just hop in and see what we can do. And I did it. It took me maybe like 2 weekends, and I put together my MVP, my first app, which was called SFD Helper. SFD is the name of my department. Um, and it was cool. Like I downloaded it on my phone, took it to work, showed a couple of people. They're like, yo, this is really dope. We used, basically to summarize, it was an app where first and foremost, it had my flowcharts. So you click, depending on which queue you're working, you click on that queue name and it'll prompt you, basically start you off in the flowchart. So it'll say, how did the customer make this request? Was it in a banking center? Was it over the phone? Was it on the internet? Depending on your answer, you click that appropriate button, and it takes you to the next screen and asks you another question. And it's kind of like a algorithm that leads you to the most efficient way to be done with the alert, to work the alert and make your decision. Hey, thanks for the follow, AML. So yeah, so the flowchart was the first part. And basically what I wanted people to do is memorize that flowchart. And once they memorized it, because it was very easy, it's very straightforward. Once you understand like how my mind was working when I made it, they would memorize the flowchart, and then they would move on to the calculator. The calculator would take what your current schedule is, how many accounts you've worked for the month, how many hours you plan to work today. It will ask you a series of 6 questions. And once you're done, it would tell you, listen, your DPH is currently, let's say the goal was 6. If your DPH is currently 5, in order for it to be 6 on the scoreboard tomorrow, you need to work 8 alerts every hour today. So then you would take that number, 8 alerts, and go to the next part of the app, the final part, which was the smart timer. You go into the settings, you say, I want to work 8 alerts every hour. The smart timer would intelligently divide that hour into 8 equal increments, and then it would display the time with a big start button. You hit start, and you know that that's how much time you have to work the current alert that you have. Once you're done, if you finish in less time than whatever time they allotted you, you would get the extra time back split amongst the remaining 7 alerts or however many alerts you selected in the settings. So it was a really cool tool to use. I tested it myself. It works. Some other people who were below, who weren't hitting their numbers, I took it to them, calculated what they needed to do every hour, and they were able to do it and get themselves, above borderline or above goal, above the department average the next day. So I was like, wow, again, proof of concept, totally like stoked about it. So yeah, I created a pitch deck for it and I sent it to my manager. I thought she was my manager's boss's boss, but she's just my manager's boss, the director, Lisa. And she didn't say anything. I emailed it to her. Nobody said anything to me. And then she flew in, not specifically to speak to me, but she flew in and was like visiting the office. And I'm just sitting at my desk one day, like reading a book. And she comes up and she's like, hey, I got your email. And I'm like, oh, what did you think? She's like, I'm really impressed with your ingenuity. Blah, blah, blah. I think it's great. Like, you created a whole system. Is that something you maybe want to do for us? We have a whole systems department. I'm like, sure. Like, yeah, like, I do want to, be honest though. Like, I don't want to talk myself out of an opportunity, but I just learned how to do this a month ago at the time that she had visited. So I'm not really sure how much I can contribute at an enterprise level, but I'd be, more than happy to get more information. And she's like, yeah, we could like figure out what your skills are and make sure that you have those skills and then, start that process for you. I haven't heard anything since, but just getting the validation from her that the app was like viable and that she appreciated it was really all I was looking for. It was like, I don't know, the spark that like drove me to want to pursue it a little bit further. So unfortunately, because the app contains proprietary information, and if it got in the wrong hands, it could be like really detrimental to our department and the company as a whole. So it's a huge risk. Even though I password protected it and, I put all these precautions in, it's still, I guess, I don't know if she's not familiar with the technology or if they're just like, there's no way we're putting this on the App Store. I'm like, I could put it in test flight. It could be private, but they weren't trying to hear it. So because the flowcharts contain that proprietary information, we couldn't put it in the App Store. And then come to find out the following week, the department that I made the app for, they completely got rid of it. So that was a little discouraging, but they moved us to another department where we're basically doing exactly the same thing, but we're reviewing like wire transactions instead. So I thought about recreating it for this department, but I'm still going to run into that issue of having the proprietary information on the app. So a couple days ago, I was just thinking, like, why not just remove the whole flowchart section from the app and just put up the DPH calculator and the timer, the smart timer, so that people can still create an action plan, regardless of what, not only what department you're in, but what company you work for. Like, this doesn't have to be just for people at my job. I'm sure many different businesses use metrics for a scoreboard that this can also apply to. So what I'm going to do, well, I've already done it because I didn't want any of that information to be on this stream. I've removed the flowchart section. So now I'm just going to like refresh and update the app to be safe for, you know, going into the app store. Once I'm done, I'm going to submit it, or I'm going to try to submit it. I've never done that before, to the app store. And well, to test flight, I'm not sure if there's a difference, and get this, you know, rolled out to my peers, so we can, because we're in a new department now, and it's really tough. Like, the job is a lot harder than our previous position, and we have an hour to do 4 alerts, so we have 15 minutes to do an alert, and it's taking us all like 20-30 minutes. So I think having this out will help us, I guess, be more cognizant of the time as it's going by, and just hopefully hit our goals. So first thing I'm going to do is update the logo. I have to remove the company branding so that it doesn't look like it's associated with them. And in place of the logo, what I'm going to do is add a little profile picture. Actually, I can show you. I have it pulled up. So this was our company logo. I'm going to get rid of that, put a profile picture here. Never done that before. I took some notes on how to do it. Hopefully it works. I'm not sure, but you'll be along for that ride. And this was just kind of like a concept of something I wanted to do. But in order to do this, I would need to like link into some sort of API that I'm sure my company is not going to give me access to. So what I'm going to do instead is just have like positive mantras like loop through right here at random. And I don't know. The rest will just like freestyle and see what we come up with. So sorry that was so long-winded, but I just felt like I wanted to like update you guys on what's been happening. So let me just, first, I want to go to GitHub and create a new branch from the main branch. And remove branding. Okay. Publish branch. Cool. So now let's go back to Xcode. All right. I probably should have started with something like easier first, but let's just get the hard stuff out the way. Okay. So what we want to do, let me make sure I'm on the right page. Yes. So this image, we actually want to replace this. We don't want it to be, I want it to be like, oh, sorry, gotta put quotes here. Person.circle.fill. Ooh, that's ugly. Okay. We want it to be resizable. We want it to fit. Let's make it, is that too big? Let's make it 80. Yeah, that's kind of cute. And then which one is foreground style, right? This is why they tell you the code every day, because now I'm forgetting like basic stuff. Okay, foreground style, color. Okay. We'll leave that like it is for now. This has padding on it. Is that centered? What if we give this a padding of 90? That looks better. Yeah, that looks better. But do we want to make this the line spacing doesn't even look like it's doing anything. Kerning is the space in between the letters. Line limit is 2. Font weight is heavy. Let me see something. Where's my editor? Oh shit, no. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Line spacing. Okay, so I have to read up about that. I'm not going to waste too much time fooling around here, so I'll put that back at 80. And then I'm going to need to come back here at some point and let me get rid of this. And add positive affirmations array here. Okay. So we got rid of the logo, put the profile picture up. Now what we need to do is I need to import. I don't know if this is called a framework or a library, but we need to do that. And then we need to actually, let me create the view model first. So we're going to model this profile picture. So new file, Swift file. I'm going to call it profile pic view model. I think I can get rid of foundation because that includes, I mean, SwiftUI includes foundation, I believe, but no errors, so I'll just leave it. And this is going to be a class called profile pick view model that conforms to observable objects. I always love doing this and seeing, I'm reading from my little notepad, seeing how well I take notes here. So okay, so first we're gonna need to create a variable called selected item. It's going to be a photos picker item. And then we're going to put a did set here, right? Cute. Okay. And then outside of this, we're going to do another published variable called profile image. It's going to be an optional image because a person may or may not want to participate in this. Oh God, when I upload this though, does that mean I'm going to have to submit some sort of like privacy notice? I know I listened to like some podcasts about new restrictions in the App Store about like data collection. I'm not uploading the data. It's going to stay in app storage. So maybe not. Let's just continue. We're going to create a function called load image. Yeah, async throws. Okay, the guard stuff. So let item equal selected item else return. And then guard, right, image data. Oop. This is the one I wasn't sure about. Let's try await item.load. Yeah, load transferable type. Type is going to be data.self. Else return. Get us out of there. I don't like how that looks. UI image equals wait, UI image, and the data from this is going to be image data, else return, and then we finish it off with self equals image UI image, and this is going to be UI image. Close that up. And then up here in the did set, we now need to, put this in a task. Put this function in a task. Oh, wait. Cool. Okay. I was like, if that's not it, I don't know. All right. So we made the view model. So now we can go back to home view. And here is where, ew, why does it look like that? Here is where hold on. It's like my phone never rings until people get a notification that I'm streaming, and then they just want to text me and ask me things. Anyway, so here we kind of want to comment you out for right now. Yeah. And then I want to put photos picker, but which one? Photos picker selection. I believe it's this one. Right, because we need the binding. So first, I'm going to tab here, hit enter. And here is where I want to put all my shit, right? Right, so this is going to be, uh-oh. Oh, wait, before we do this, we need to come up here and create state objects. View model equals the view model we just created. Cool. So then we can come down here and make the view model. Uh-oh, what just happened? Make the selection $, view model dot, what do we call it? Selected item. And then I don't remember what we did here. Actually, I know that we need I know that we basically need to say, if they didn't select the picture, display the little gray guy default by default. If they did select the picture, we want to display the picture. But what I want to do first is create that logic. So open a bracket. No, I don't want all these spaces. Display the profile image and make it dot resizable. Scale to fill because we're going to clip it as well. We want the frame. Actually, what am I doing? I could just copy this. The frame, and then we want to do clip shape. Wait, what? That's literally what I typed before. Fuck off. Okay. So if they set a profile image, display the profile image. Else, we want to do this, right? Cut. Oh, shit. Shoot, sorry. Cute. Okay. So then let me make sure that's everything. Photos picker. Right. I think it might be. So what happens if I... Oh! Yo. Okay, wait. Which one do I want as my profile? This one looks nice. Ew. I don't like that. Scale to fit, right? Is that the issue? Maybe. No. So it's going to be scaled to fill, but I know order matters. So maybe I got to do it like that. Please be the answer because I don't know how else to fix it. Okay, not the answer. Oh, wait. Why is, oh, we got rid of the padding. Cute. Should we do 100? Well, let me try to wait. No, that's what we want. Do we want 100 though? Let me see. I don't know if I like that. Okay, I'm not going to spend all day doing this. So we got the profile picture working. So what I want to do, ew, wait, why? Wait a minute. Why are the gear icons? Oh, shit. So low. Hold on. Let me run this in the actual simulator and see what it looks like. So I may have to move those. Oh no, they're fine. They're low because the bar is up here. Okay. So then we click this. Why does it look off center? Like it looks like I need to move it down, right? Maybe 90 was correct all along. It's going to drive me crazy. Sorry. One moment. Like that looks fine to me for some reason. But then when we add, I'm leaving it. I don't care. I don't care. So okay, so update logo, remove that from the list, add profile pic, remove that. So now what I want to do is, well, first I need to commit these changes. So add profile pic to dashboard. Add well, first we removed company branding from dashboard. We should always write in present tense. Add profile picture to dashboard. And that's all we did. Push that to origin. Then we want to switch back to main. Choose branch to merge into main, which is this one. We want to discard that. Merge commit. Okay, cool. So now sorry, I'm thinking about something. They don't need that, do they? Actually, first, let me run this on my phone and upload my own picture because I want to see something. Oh, I'll probably have to delete one of my apps I already have on here. Yeah, I gotta delete. I'll delete the jokes app. Delete app. Okay, let's try this again. It's very slow. I will say that. No, let's continue. Need to figure out why. Oh, here it comes. Very, very slow. Okay. So I'm seeing the onboarding. Let me enter my name. Hello, Bruce. I'll tap the profile picture. Go to my profile picture album. Ew. I think I want to do scale to fit, right? Let's try that. Wait, cancel. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's both 100 by 100. Because when I did it, it made me wider than it should have. But I feel like since we're clipping it, scale to fill makes more sense. But let me see what it looks like. Like I just wanted to fill symmetrically. Ew, no, it still looks bad. Maybe it's the order. Fill it up first. Define the I feel like that's backwards. I feel like I should tell it what border to fill first, but let's see. You know, I hate to say, I told you so. Okay. Perfect. Okay. That did it. So, okay. So cool. I still feel like it needs to calm down a little bit. Oh, you know what? What if we said, hold on. Damn it. Okay, well, at least now you guys can see my little onboarding cards. The setting the spacing to 0 looks like it did nothing. But now, what if I do line spacing of 150? That's not even triggering anything. Okay. Like that. I can see a change, but I can't see the change happening with line spacing. Maybe this isn't even jump. Where's jump? Jump to definition. You know, I hate to say. Yeah, or maybe we can't do negative. Let me see. It's probably what it is. We can't do negatives. Yeah. So I don't know how to fix that. That's basically the vibe that I'm going for down there. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So no more than 37 characters. And I also sorry, I'm just I didn't realize I wasn't talking. I just started thinking really deeply about something. Okay, so what I want to do is create a new file that is going to be for these positive affirmations. It's going to house a function that cycles through them whenever it's called. So okay. It's a great day to have a great day. Make today count. Why am I sitting here trying to come up with it on my own? Let me just go ahead and positive motivational affirmations. These are so bad. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. A little over, but we'll see. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Usually they're on images, but yes. This is cute. Maybe not. uh, um, okay, that's enough for right now. I can add more later if I like. No, I want this to return a string, right? So then I want let today's quote equal I keep wanting to say math.random. How do you do a random thing in Swift? Let's look it up because I don't remember. Math.random. What is that? JavaScript? It's going to be affirmations dot no, that'll tell me how many are in there, but I want what 10 years ago? No, thank you. The value of optional type string this creates an optional. Oh, that's why. Okay. Wow, Apple documentation actually had my answer. Who would have thought? So now I need to go back to home view. New affirmation and call this function. So I need to come up here. And then this is going to be pause. This is going to be affirmation model dot new affirmation, right? It's a great day to have a great day. How do I? So let me see. Let me put this on my phone. Alexa, turn on office light. Something I just noticed. The app icon. We need to import our new app icon. We're going to delete this one. And let's install it again. See if that works. Ooh, build failed. Okay, wait. Stop this one. What we're going to do is Damn. Did I just mess it up? There we go. Okay. So what we want to do is open that bad boy up. Delete this. And let's try to run. There we go. Oh, it looks pretty. With the new, oh shit. Come on, get out of there. Cute. Okay, so DPH helper starts up. I'm gonna put my picture as the profile pic. And then I'm gonna close this, open it back up. Oh, okay. So we need the profile picture to be excuse me. Believe you can. It's an extra space there. I'm gonna merge these two together. You can do this. Make today count. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. Failure is just success and progress. Your only limit is your mistakes are proof you're trying. Make each day your masterpiece. Okay, so let me. Okay. Okay, that's looking good. That is looking good. So now I just need to figure out how to get the profile picture to stay in app storage. And I know I use app storage here. Yes. So app storage is going to be view model.profile image. Is of type image. So hold on, I almost had it. So what if I create that's of type image. And set it equal to or make it optional. Set it equal to logo. What if that's the problem? Nope. Okay, so basically what I need to do, if there's a profile image, save it here. do I need to use Swift data? Hmm. Okay, hold on. Get rid of that. We got you working. I never created a new branch, did I? No, I'm working on main. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we're deleting that. We added the view model. We added the app icon. And yeah, so this was primarily add function to display new positive information at random on dashboard. Remove old app icon and replace with okay, so what if we change this to app storage? Oh, what if Profile pic. Profile pic is an image that equals, oh, fuck. Maybe. This is going to equal view model dot profile image. Please, no. Cannot use instant member view model within property. This is probably not even possible. Right, okay. Yikes, I don't know nothing about that. There's got to be a simpler way. Oh, this one has a check next to it. Using default and get back. Okay. Hmm. Okay. At storage cannot be used. Hmm. I might have to just put a placeholder here in the meantime until I can figure out. What if I... So app storage will not work. So we can just get rid of that. We're not using any of that anymore. So we can get rid of that. Nope. Oh my God. It's not this one. Mm. They're saying this is the right answer, but no one has voted for it. No, I want to. God damn it. I don't want to download an image from the internet. I want an image from the photos picker. Okay, this might be my only option. So but I have no idea what this is talking about. Like, I just don't understand why. It's so complicated. Just save the image. It's not saving it. Every time you close the app, you'll have to reset the image. Hmm.
What's going on, everybody? In today's Swift tutorial, we're going to be talking all about persisting data, namely user defaults. Now, as you can see, I have an app on the screen, and user defaults is meant to save just, small things. We'll get into that later, but just to show you the app we're going to build, you see we have light or dark mode, and we're going to persist that preference, whether they prefer the light mode or the dark mode. We're going to save that. And then also, as you can see here, you can name your pet. This pet, his name is Harper. And if you hit save, we're going to persist that name. So every time you open up the app, the name you typed in there will appear. And we'll also get into, what types of data you can store in user defaults, some of the security issues, and some of the pros and cons of using user defaults. This video is sponsored by Dev Mountain, a 12-week in-person bootcamp where you can learn web development, iOS development, and UI UX design. Now, if you know my story, I myself am store in there. And here in the user defaults documentation, you see it provides convenience methods for accessing common types such as floats, doubles, integers, Boolean values in simple.
Hi, my name is Stuart Lynch, and this is the fourth of 5 videos in a series where I show you where you can add a UI image picker controller to your SwiftUI app so that you can both select a photo from your Photos album or take a photo with your device's camera. In this video, we'll be updating our UI and creating functions in our view model so that we can save our selected images from the photo album or once we have taken one from our camera. And we'll also add a stylized reusable button. Before I get started, I just wanted to ask that if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We'll need to start saving some and check to see if our file manager functions work. When we select a new image and tap on our Save button, we'll want to do 2 things. We'll want to save the image to our Documents folder, but we'll also want to track the name that we assign along with the image ID and an array of my image objects that we may already have, and we'll store those in our JSON file. So back in our view model, let's create a published property that will be the array of these my image objects, and we'll initialize it as an empty array when we start out. We'll call it my images. We'll need to create a function that our button actions can call that will save our images to the documents directory. And remember, we won't be able to save until we create a name because our button will have been disabled. So let's create a function called addMyImage that'll have 2 properties. A name property that's a string and the image that will be in our image view. Next, create a new myImage object using that name that was passed in as the argument. And remember that the ID is automatically generated as the UUID. Next, we'll call our file manager's saveImage function, but it might throw an error, so we'll need to embed that in a do catch block. Inside the do block, we'll try the file manager's saveImage function, passing in the image ID and the image. The image itself does not contain the name. The name is the ID with the JPEG appended by our save function. Now, if we get an error, we'll need to show an alert. And this is different from the camera alert. So we'll need a new property called showFileAlert. So it will be a published property, and then from the Go menu, choose Go to Folder, and paste that in one more time. Let's add a new image and give it a name. When I save it, the image field reverts to the placeholder and the text field is cleared. Perfect. So in the last video of this series, we'll do 4 things. We'll load in and display all of our saved images in a horizontal scroll view, and then we'll select one of. Hi, my name is Stuart Lynch, and this is the 5th and final video of the series. What we want to do is to load all of our images when our app loads and our content view is presented. So the first thing we'll have to do in our view model is create a function for that. What we'll need to do is to load our JSON file and populate our myImages array. So first, I'll try to use our file manager's readDocument function to retrieve that data. And this means that we'll need to use a do catch block for that. Within the
all of these printouts are retrieving from the file manager. So you can see how this is going to be more efficient in the long run here, because if I'm scrolling around my app like I'm doing right now, we're actually getting these from the file manager. We are not downloading these again from the internet. So in the long run for this app, this is going to save us from downloading so much extra data, right? Because every single time I open this app, we're going to probably see the Bitcoin symbol. And we don't need to download that 100 times. Instead, we'll download it once and save it to the file manager. And we saved it in the catches directory so that if the file manager, if that folder ever gets too full, it will start emptying out automatically. And if it ever does get emptied and we do lose that file, we have the code in our app to just download it again if it ever doesn't exist. All right, guys, I'm just going to delete these print statements now that we know our file manager is working. And that is it for this video in this string. So let's take this folder name and we pass that in here. So we'll say if let image equals this. So we're getting the image from the file manager, and if it is successful, we'll then set it equal to this image up here. Use this file if we wanted to save some other images as well. And that's why we're passing these in instead of making them hard-coded in our code. All right, so now that we have this file manager set up.
Oh, I forgot I was streaming still. So I'm basically done. Let me go to this screen. So yeah, I'm basically done. The app is exactly as I wanted it to be. Not exactly. I still need to work on the profile picture, obviously, but what I'm going to do is just throw a placeholder in there for right now. I'm going to do a little bit more research about how to. I might just have to use Swift data. I don't know why I'm avoiding it so much, but I'm either going to have to use Swift data, or I think I just found a video about how to pull an image from File Manager. I might try to do it that way, so that the profile image, once selected, is persistent, no matter how many times you open and close the app. So once I figure that out, I'm going to upload it to test flight, go through that whole process, and then I guess wait for Apple's approval. So I'm going to sign off here so I can do the research that I need to do. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.